We've got a little experiment going on right now. Behind me I got a Geo Metro that I'm converting to electric, and one of the challenges to that is a gasoline engine creates vacuum which powers the power brakes. I don't have an engine in this car anymore. I have an electric motor from a forklift, so I'm going to have to find some other way to power the power brakes. So what I thought I'd do is just use some parts that I already have and see if I could make something that would create vacuum to power the power brakes. So what I had is I've got an aquarium pump, and that's right here. It's just a regular aquarium pump. I'm running it off of a power inverter off of the 12 volts on the car. Now normally that little outlet there blows air out of the aquarium pump for air for your fish tank. Well, instead I stuck a little adapter into the bottom, the hole where the air goes in. So now the aquarium pump is sucking instead of blowing. Then up under the hood, right over here we've got the whole power brake thingamajigger, and that's got a vacuum hose that comes off of it and goes over here, which I have a new piece of 89 cents per foot, therefore 1 foot of some air line from the hardware store. And I've got that going to a coffee can, just into a barb and a little connector, and it's all gooed up so it should be airtight. And right here, this air hose, that's going to that aquarium pump. This is going over to the brakes, and then this isn't a wire, this is actually a little tiny air hose, and that's going to a vacuum slash boost gauge I picked up at the hardware store, which is this thing right here. Now, as you can see, right now it's reading on the vacuum side, but not a lot. It's like 2, which is not enough. But I'm just using a coffee can, you know, literally junk that I had around. I'm not sure how well it's sealed. This really didn't do anything at first, but then I realized that the coffee can had this kind of plasticky wrapper on it, and the lid was actually sealed against the wrapper, and air was able to travel under through it. So I peeled the wrapper off, I retaped it, and if you look at the lid, it literally is tight as a drum. The lid is it's completely sucked in. I can tell that there's really very little air at all in that coffee can, just from how the lid is. You can see it's sucked in. So here's the vacuum gauge. As you can see, it's reading pretty low. I'm going to go ahead and put my foot on the brake now. So here we go. Braking and letting off, and braking and letting off, and braking. So you can see that some of the pressure is relieved when I press on the brakes. So that means that there is a little bit of power assist going on. I can't tell how much. It's probably not a whole lot right now. The other thing is I do not have a check valve in the line anywhere here, so I don't know that I'm not getting some leakage just because of that. I need a kind of a one-way reed valve sort of a thing in, so that when the air gets pulled out, none can get back in down the same line. So I'll see if maybe I can pick up a check valve somewhere, see if that helps. Otherwise, I might just need a bigger pump. So I think that shows that the in theory this should work. Maybe I need a piece of PVC pipe with some end caps instead of a coffee can, something easier to drill, easier to seal up. I probably need a check valve, and maybe if I try those 2 things, see how much pressure I can get out of this. If it's good, it's good. Otherwise, maybe I just need a bigger pump. But we'll check those next, and I'll see you next time on my Electro Metro update.